You know, they're so stupid. I've got to look and I think, it can't be true. There's no face looking at me up there.
Well, at least we know that it's actually your eyes and not something else. Because that would be a bit of a worry.
Oh, yes. So I've had them pretty well examined.
Yeah.
But I get an awful lot of head noises. That's why they reckon that my, you know, ear things are no use to me, my hearing aids. That the head noise is spoiling it. And for weeks now, the head noises have been music. And it sounds so stupid. There's all sorts of tunes. There's Amazing Grace, and there's There Is a Happy Land. And I'm not thinking of these songs, but they're there, and it's the telly going or something. I can just hear them, and God, am I going crazy?
What does the specialist say about that?
Well, I haven't mentioned that yet, but I shall.
Because a friend of mine has tinnitus in his ears.
Yeah, this is
And
tinnitus.
his hearing aids completely cancel it out.
Does it? Well, mine doesn't, just seem. It just doesn't.
His are just new. He just got them this year.
Well, they're newer than. Perhaps they've sort of got something now to counteract this.
But he swears by them. He says it's such a relief to put them in.
Mine are no use to me at all now. And in fact, they just distort sound worse.
Because he does lectures like I do and all that sort of thing. And if you couldn't hear properly, it would make it very difficult to take all your notes and all that sort of thing. But he absolutely swears by these things.
I forget that thing's going here. No, it's a horrible thing to have anything wrong with your eyes and ears. One of them is bad enough without having both of them. And I think about poor wee mother. She put up with that for quite a while. And you don't know what it's really like until you have it yourself. It's hard to imagine.
Yeah, we're just lucky that the technology is getting better and better.
Oh yes.
But I would definitely mention that to the doctor when you go to the ear specialist, because it's amazing what they can do now.
Yeah, I think they may just think I'm crazy. Hearing things. You know, you read books or murder stories and that where persons had heard this voice that's told them to do these things. Well, I'm not hearing things like that.
Well, that's good.
it's horrible, this... the music going constantly. And even when I have the telly going, this music is going still in my
So does that mean that you have to have the TV louder?
Yes.
That's really funny.
And I was hearing a real buzz for a while. And I thought that it was coming from the TV. And a noise like, have you ever had a bee in a bottle?
I know what you mean.
You know what I mean? A noise like that, only very loud. And it would eventually sort of fade gradually away as though the bee flew away. But anyway, I was hearing this and I thought it was perhaps something to do with the dish thing for the sky.
Yeah.
And because it was blowing outside. But even when I didn't have the telly on, I could hear it, you see. But when I went through there, it got worse. Worse than here.
Yeah.
And so I thought, now there's a chap next door using some machinery or something. And then when I was at your mum's place, I still heard it. And what the heck is this? Must be the telephone wires, because it's the noise like telephone wires used to make years ago.
Okay. I
don't know whether they still do or not. I haven't been out listening. But anyway, I went up to Rosemary's one day, and it was there, and I said to Rosemary, can you hear a buzzing, humming noise? And she said, oh, it's all right, Mum, it's the ceiling in the sun porch that they've got, you know, the conservatory. She said that always makes that noise if there's a bit of wind. And I said, well, I've been hearing it everywhere else. So it's not just that.
Mm.
So that must be doing a noise too. But
Yes.
this noise, I even hear it in the middle of the night,
Mm.
if I wake up in the middle of the night.
Well, who are you going to see on Monday?
I'm going to see Lawrence, not Lawrence, it's another chap, but anyway, the optician.
Okay. Because, well, maybe you should look at going to seeing a hearing specialist as well.
Well, I will have to, I think, because
Yeah.
it's going to drive me crazy
Mm.
if I don't.
And it's probably something that they can take care of very easily.
I don't know, but now it's music. And the music's going constantly.
Mm.
And yet I'm not thinking of music. So why is it in my ears?
I don't know,
And
Gran.
it sounds just like, you know, when there's a film going and they've got background music.
Mm.
That's what it sounds like.
I'm not sure. Well, we should talk. Have you talked to Mum about it?
No, I haven't told anybody except you, because I'm afraid they'll think I'm crazy.
Oh no. Well, no. But you know, things can happen in your ears that can cause this to happen. There'll be a reason. But it must be annoying.
It's very annoying.
Because, well, you know, just like my friend, he's had hearing damage through his job before he came to uni, and so he has these hearing aids, and it's incredible. He says he doesn't want to take them out at night because they're so good. But
well,
that would be much better if your experience of them was a bit more like that, wouldn't it?
oh, it would be.
Hmm.
But mine, they're no use to me now.
Yeah.
They were useful to begin with.
You bought them about 10 years ago, though, right?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh, it's less than that. It's after I came up here.
How many years ago was that?
I came up here in '97, I think.
Okay, so it's 9 years.
No, it's more than that. 90. Kai had been dead about 4 years. Nearly 4 years when I came. So that's 97.
Hmm. You've been up here quite a long time.
16.
It's amazing how
It's hard to
quickly.
believe, isn't it?
Yeah, a little
We've
bit.
gone that long.
So I still remember when you moved out of your house on Shield Hill.
Oh, yeah.
Because I still remember visiting you when I was...
Mm.
I remember coming to visit you when I
Oh,
was
yes.
sick.
I don't know what I'd have done without you kids after he died, though. Because your mother used to let me have them. And especially week house, you know, because week house couldn't have been at school. No. And I got week house quite a lot, and I had the company. No, oh, it meant all the world to me.
Mm. We took a lot of trips on your cushions.
Yeah. They were worn out. I had to get new covers for them. Well, so I got new cushions. It was just as cheap to get new cushions as the covers. But I don't like them. When I brought them home, I didn't like them. But they'll have to do for a while, and I'll recover them. But they were all worn out at the corners.
Well, they'd gone a long way. 'Cause
They travelled the world,
indeed.
didn't they? It used to amaze me how you kids can find all the places on the globe where I said we'd travel to.
Hmm.
You know, and you kids could just turn the globe round and find them. It used to amaze me after. You kids were pretty wide awake.
Well, we had some good role models.
You got good brains, and look after them. So,